If you want to make money in Laos or Cambodia, this is pretty much all you need: a teaching English certification, or what they call a TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language certification. If you have this and you have the native language of English, you're pretty much good to go there. And you could get a pretty decent salary. So the salary you could get is around... What's good, chat? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about places we should be focusing on either moving to or visiting in Southeast Asia that's still not overpopulated with tourists. As you can see in the background, this video was actually in a place called Hoi Hin, Thailand. It's a great alternative to Pattaya, Thailand, and also a great alternative to Bangkok, Thailand, because it offers the beach life as well as a family-friendly environment. But this isn't the beginning of what we're going to be talking about. This is just a little sneak peek of where I've already been. Now, with that being said, I'm currently here in America making money, rebuilding my stock portfolio, and plotting on my next location. If you guys stay for the full term of this video, at the end, I could tell you guys how to secure a job in Southeast Asia, the steps to get to that process before you even leave your home country, whether that's America, Canada, or the UK, or anywhere in the Western world. And I'll also tell you guys what we're here for, the 2026 hidden gem of Southeast Asia. And honestly, guys, there's about 2 or 3 of them. So with that being said, let's get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. As usual, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So although many of us have been to places like Thailand and Philippines and maybe even Tokyo, Japan, and we had great experiences there, if you want to make money in Laos or Cambodia, this is pretty much all you need: a teaching English certification, or what they call a TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language certification. If you have this and you have the native language of English, you're pretty much good to go there. And you could get a pretty decent salary. So the salary you could get is around $1,200 to $1,800 in Cambodia.
Saving on your education.
And in Laos, it might be a little bit less, around $1,000 to $1,300-1,400 bucks. But guys, when I was in Thailand, I have a bachelor's degree, and I went through a company that was offering me $1,200 with my bachelor's degree, although the place I would have been living was Udantani. Still, guys, you could get the same payment pretty much in Cambodia and maybe spend $800 to $900 bucks per month and still be able to pocket maybe $300 bucks. Now, think about the math on that. If you save $300 bucks for 10 months, that's $3,000 you can still put into the stock market at the end of the year and still have a pretty good quality. Now imagine if you came with $50,000, or let's be a little bit more realistic, I guess, and say $10,000 saved up, and you didn't have to touch any of that money for the whole time you were in Cambodia. Not only did you not have to touch it, but you could also be able to put money into something, a stock, an investment, something of that nature. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Oh, and let's not forget, you get to enjoy one of the best places in the world, in my opinion, which is Southeast Asia. You get to enjoy the amenities of fresh fruit, mangoes, things of that nature. You get to enjoy the amenities of maybe having a cleaner if your place is $400 per month or more. You get to enjoy being right next door to Thailand and Vietnam, so whenever you have a break, you could just shoot over there for a quick little vacation, or even Japan maybe. But with that being said, it seemed like a no-brainer to me. Now, in order to get this teaching English certification, only thing you have to do pretty much is a 120-hour class that may take anywhere from a week to 3 months. And essentially, you just show up with these papers. A notarized copy would be ideal, in my opinion. And next thing you know, you got yourself a job. The demand for English teachers in Cambodia is much more higher than Thailand because it's not as sought after of a place. So you'll probably have a job within the first month of landing there. Sounds pretty enticing to me. And I'm gonna explore this because at the end of the day, we're still young. This is mostly for the people that's 35 and under, but if you're older, feel free to join. We're still young. We have a lot to offer this world. And if you fail forward, and you always have faith after failure, and you come back home to a place where you could get a job in a month or even honestly 2 weeks in this economy in America. So it's not like you're really missing out on anything. But if everything goes right, you're a genius. Who's to say you don't start teaching English and then something else happened for you? And then next thing you know, everything works out and you're actually making more money than you would have been staying home. Because the thing about being home is the average person, 35 or under, usually make about $4,000 per month. But the expenses are about $2,500 to $3,200 per month. So you're only pocketing about $800. But you're not getting all of the other stuff in return, the healthy foods, the leisure time, the location, the person that's cleaning everything for you, the safety. And I could go on and on and on. If you're a guy, the nightlifes. Even the girls like the nightlife. So it's a lot that comes with that. And if you're a hustler, you could have that as a main job, right? $1,200, let's go on the low end. And then you can have a side job where you teach English in private to accommodate that. Maybe extra $300 per week or extra $400 per month. Either way it goes, there's ways to be flexible and make this thing work. And that's why I'm suggesting that you guys at least look at this place if you are considering moving to Southeast Asia in 2026. Because although Thailand is a great place, and although Vietnam seems to be great, never been, I feel like Cambodia is the sleeping giant that's going to lead the new generation of explorers into multiplying not only their financial status, but multiplying their spiritual status and their physical status and giving you a true place to call home with a visa-friendly process and some of the best people in the world. But as usual, let me know what you guys think about this one in the chat. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be coming with more videos about Southeast Asia, about finance, and about how to prepare yourself to leave America, as I plan to leave for, this is about my maybe 4th or 5th time leaving America. I like to come and go as I please. Would I ever go back to Thailand? Of course. It was the first country I visited many years ago, and it might be the last country I reside in, if I'm just being honest with you guys. It's a great country. But with that being said, my curiosity rose for Cambodia in these last couple months, maybe. After I did my research on Cambodia, and I seen some of the progression that's happening there, and also some of the income you can make being there, because I know me, like many other people, we want to be able to make some money, and some good money at that, even when we're overseas. Because at the end of the day, when you're making money, you feel a lot more comfortable than when you're kind of just spending your savings. And when we go overseas, for the most of us, our point in this thing is not to spend all of our money and come home broke. Our point is to multiply our money even if we're overseas. Because a great quality of life is safety, health, and healthy food, but it's also making a reasonable income. So with that being said, I feel like Cambodia is often overlooked in its abilities to make a reasonable income because the two powerhouses, Vietnam and Thailand, is right next door to it. But Cambodia, you could start a business, you could work in a hotel industry, and you could teach English without a bachelor's degree. So that's going to have a lot more influence for a lot of people who don't have a bachelor's degree and wants to teach English and wants to move out of the United States or UK or Canada. That's going to be a deal breaker for most of you guys. A game changer, an elevator, and a reason to not give you an excuse to be in Southeast Asia. Because that's great to the point where a lot of people know that Cambodia is great, but they don't want it to become like Thailand. So you just don't see much content or many people pushing a place like Cambodia. Now, with that being said, I aim to give Cambodia a try. Why not? I gave Japan a try, it was pretty cool. Gave Philippines a try, it was pretty cool. Gave Thailand a couple tries. They always treated me pretty well. So I think I'm going to give Cambodia a try, and I think you should as well. Most people, when they hear Cambodia, they think Africa for some reason. But Cambodia is in Southeast Asia. And here's a hidden gem for the people that stayed around this long. Laos. It's on the border of Thailand. It's also a sleeper country where you can get great affordable food, great quality of living, and once again, could teach English without a bachelor's degree for the most part. So these are two sleeping giants that's just waiting to be explored, waiting for you to come there and appreciate these countries without having to worry about the overran tourist populations like in Thailand and now in Vietnam, and are pretty visa friendly. So I definitely recommend these two places. If you stick around and subscribe to the channel, you're going to see me in these two places. And I hope you guys take this to heart, especially the people that wants to travel, single with no kids, 35 and under like myself, and really feel like they just want to make money. But with that being said, guys, thanks for sticking around. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.
Real good. Click it real good.